Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's August is going well. Everybody's having a good time this summer. As always, obligatory self promotion. What if I ruled the world? Poems inspired by music, written by me, your boy. There's also at least two Haibuns in this book, and I've definitely read them before at some point. So if you want to see them, since we're talking about Haibuns today, you can read the book and read those two. I'm trying to think if my newest one that I've written was in this book. I don't think so because I think I wrote it, wrote it recently. There's another one that I really liked that I'm going to reference in one of my high buns today uh, that I've read in some other video. So today we're here to talk about high bun poems, and I've written 6 new high bun poems because I just wanted to have a writing centered video this week. So we're just going to jump right into it. So they're all inspired by music. I'm not sure how I'm going to title this one because my last video, when I did poems inspired by music, only one person watched. So, not saying that, I don't appreciate at least one person watching, but yeah, I want at least maybe 10, couple, more than one. So, yeah, I'm just going to label it, 6 new high bun poems or something like that. We'll figure out the title when it comes to me. All right, so this first poem is inspired by In My Room by Julia Wolf, which I am obsessed with this song. I love it. She has a version on TikTok where it's like soft and hard, but it's not a full version, and she needs to come out with it. And also, she's supposed to come up by me, but I didn't know until now, and it is sold out, so I will not be seeing her. But she's coming in September, so that's very exciting for the people who got a ticket. If you got a ticket, let me know in the comments. So, this poem is called Thought Maybe You'd Call Me. And if you don't know what a haibun is, it's a paragraph poem with a haiku at the end. And then she says, I thought maybe you'd call me in the song. So I made that the title. And there's a quote in the song that says, Am I 30 or 13? I really love that line. I want to keep the memory that you were with me once upon a time. I miss when you left your shirts in my room, then I could wear them and smell you. I miss when you left your brushes around that helped keep your waves on swim. I managed to somehow find one of your do-rags you left behind. It still smells faintly of you. I bought your cologne to spray on it, but it's not the same. It's still wait a minute. But it's not the same. It needs your natural smell on it too. I want your things in my room. That's basically the chorus. That's a quote from the chorus. I want to build a shrine with your do-rag and cologne. That's all I have left of you before you left me. Didn't even call me, just texted me, it's over. I thought about printing it out for the shrine. I feel so immature and heartbroken, but I don't know how else to feel. Feel both too old and too young for this shit. I'm a grown up mess. College sweethearts to nothing more than strangers now. That's really how it be. You'll be so tight, and then you don't even pay any attention to each other ever again. That's really how it is. And this next one, I reviewed this album for the clips. I gotta remember what the album's called. Something like Have Mercy. That could be totally wrong. Whatever their latest album was called, I totally forgot already. But this is a song by them and Kendrick Lamar. It's called Chains and Whips. That's what the poem is inspired by. And it's called Beat the System, which is part of the chorus as well. And then this is a direct quote from the chorus on the song. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is getting rich. I love that line. And then I love the part of the chorus where he's like, beat the system with chains and whips. It's like a double entendre, So here it goes. What else is there? Time and time again, we're shown being rich gets you anything you want. Lets you get away with anything you want. Lets you stomp on anyone lower than you. Uh, what else is there? Diamonds blind, people in love, card swapping makes up for heartbreak. Blue Cantrell maxed out her ex's card for revenge. Pockets hurting is the worst pain. Time you can't get back, but taking your dollar back is the most powerful punishment. Nothing else works until you boycott with your money, because that's all corporations care about. No human rights violations, no toxic workplace, no workplace gossip, but those lawsuits and boycotts get their attention. So, yeah, all anybody wants is to have the comfort and power of money over their life. Because it seems there's no justice otherwise. Chained to shackles, chained to the shackles of capitalism, then whipped into shape. Which, as we're seeing with this new administration, yeah, if you have enough money, you can just do whatever you want. Really. There are other, factors in that as well. But my last poem is going to be political, so I'm going to save it for that. So the next one is inspired by Nasty by Tinashe. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. That was like blowing up last year. Anyway, the poem is called Shooting Star. As you can see, love me some alliteration. Can you handle me? I'm too hard to handle like Otis. Make me hurt so good. Bring the balance of pain and pleasure and take me to ecstasy. I'm a nasty girl like Tinashe. We can get real good. We can get a real good workout if you're down. Make me feel like heaven and never put me through hell. Just put me through the mattress only. Keep up with me and we can have fun all night long. Just like that. Just like that, please make me shoot high like the stars make me orbit you. I'm not 100% if stars orbit. I think that's planets, but I had to get my alliteration in there. So technically, not the right, not the right, what is it, constellation expression. You know what I'm talking about. So the next poem is inspired by Chanel. That's not Chanel. Y'all remember that TikTok? That guy, he be having woman looking crazy, but I always think about that. Not always, but like I randomly will think about that, like just now. But inspired by Chanel by Tyler called Chanel Shawty. I know Shawty's not with a C, but I felt like they have similar sounds, so I feel like it's close enough. So the part of the chorus is Say You Love Me, Put Me in Chanel. I want to be looking fly and looking like I'm really loved. Put me in Chanel and show me off. Put me in the vintage and the latest designs. Say you love me, but I'm not a designer head to toe. What kind of a love is this? I want to be a diamond doll and a Chanel shawty, looking real sparkly and classy. Want to blind everyone I see and make them green from envy, seeing me in CC's from head to toe. Put me in the classic plaid two pieces and the black and white two pieces with the pearls. If you really love me, follow what Tyler says. I need to look good, not just for you, but to show these hoes you love me. I'm not really a big designer girl. I do like some Chanel designs though, but yeah, the spirit of the song. And they changed the cover because like it was a single. This is so random. This is not even related to the video. But when I was listening to the song to make this poem, it's her album cover instead of the single cover, and I'm like, I actually like the single cover better. But yeah, no, she has a new album out, so I should probably listen to it. But anyway, but I like Tyler. She's cool. And then this group I first learned about, no, I knew they had a couple songs with Megan Thee Stallion, but I never listened to their music until I saw Evanescence in June. I think it was June. But this poem is inspired by Soft Spine by Spirit Box. It's my favorite song by them. Though I don't think I've listened to like all of their songs, but I really love the song. And the poem is called Strong Spine. Another alliteration, Strong Spine. I need to grow a backbone before it's too late. There's a fire in my heart that is threatening to consume everything around me. Unless I can express myself freely. I'm not afraid to burn certain things down, but my rage will not be contained. I want to lead with love for some conversations, but others I want to lead with wrath. I want to rip off my pretty quiet mask and let them see my ugly, of course I have a typo. Okay, my ugly loud side. Let me, and let them see my ugly, loud, aggressive side. I don't want to be walked all over anymore. I'm standing up and stomping on your heads now. No more weakness or self doubt. I am being who I'm meant to be. So some of these, like, I did 4 syllables instead of the 5 at the end because it like goes with what I was saying more. So the next poem is inspired by All American Bitch by Olivia Rodrigo, which I just reviewed her discography last week. Yeah. And I love this song. I didn't realize this was the song that was trending on Twitter until I listened to it again. I mean, not Twitter. Both start with T. TikTok, like last year or the year before, one of those, whenever it came out. And the poem is called Never Forgive, Never Forget. And this is from, I guess, I don't think it's like part of the main chorus, but it's like part of another part of a chorus. But it's the line, I'm a perfect all American bitch. I'm supposed to be a part of the American dream, but my whole identity is constantly attacked. Black and a woman, double homicide. Can't win for losing. I want to be respected for being everything I am, but conservative white women are on video saying they'd give up their right to vote, and we black women weren't even considered in their fight for voting rights in the first place. But they want to ruin it for every woman. I want to be soft and loved without everything falling on my shoulders. I still want to be independent like Webby said, but I still want peace once I get home. I learned recently, oh wait, skip the line. Black women have always worked, and when we didn't, it was forced on us. I learned recently black women in the South, back in the day, were stay at home moms, but Southern whites wanted them to work for them. So they made it illegal for black mothers to stay at home. We couldn't even be taken care of by our own men because we weren't being used by them. I want to be strong when I need to be, not all the goddamn time. But unfortunately, we still have to fight for our rights. I want to exist and be respected and be free to live in bliss. And really, I'm gonna go my little rant now. This administration is just trying to just ruin everything, literally. And people have pointed out why there's, all Republicans, when they get into office, they always do things quickly. People pointed out it's easier to take away things or damage things than it is to create new things, which is what they're doing. And they just want us all to, go back to the 50s where nobody had any rights but white men. And, it's just so many horrible things going on. There's still lynchings going on. Then it's like seeping into the black community with this patriarchal views and our men also, oppressing us. It's a lot going on. And it's like black women are always at the bottom of everything. And you know what? That's why I named the poem Never. So in the poem, the song, she says, I forgive and I forget. I'm never forgiving and I'm never forgetting because it's still happening. And nothing's changing. Actually, things are going backwards. So that's why I said I named the poem that way, because everything is still like not where it should be. But where these conservatives want it to be, 1950s, they might even want to go back even further, honestly. Because technically slavery is still a thing if you're in prison. So it's just a bunch of just horrible things still going on. And nothing's really changed. So it's like as a black woman, you want to be sweet and you want to be soft and you want to be, taken care of. You want to be, this and that. But it's like even with black men, like we just want to be left alone. We just want to be in peace and we want to be able to live our lives. So that's the point of the poem. But especially black women. But yeah, do you like haikus? Do you like haibuns? What kind of poems do you like? This is one of my favorite poetry forms because it's like I get to have like a free verse part and I get to have a structure. So I like that balance of having both. And what is your favorite poem you read today that I've read today? What do you think about the songs? Have you listened to any of these songs? Will you go listen to them? Excuse me. How's your summer going? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all next week.